In fact, you know that we could actually start with that because I saw you must have seen the conversation pretty aggressive between Parman and Adam Back and Matt Creator joining. So where Parman said, "I say ideology sits on a higher level than the code,"
Hmm.
which is interesting because at a high level you would say somebody who's not a dev, you shouldn't really have an opinion somehow. But in fact, it looks like ideology in Bitcoin is really strong. So, what's your take on this? On this, you know?
Well, so it's interesting because ideology is not what it sounds like. It's really about values, right? Like what do you value? What are the primary things? And I think it's a little bit dishonest to call it sort of like a technical issue because it's really not. At the end of the day, it is about values and what you're doing and how you're doing it and all of that. To call it just like a pure technical issue is it's clearly not that because there's a lot of social consensus issues that are being surfaced as a result of this, and we could go through the actual history and everything later, but the main thing is that on one side you have a bunch of developers that are saying kind of like we we want this limit to be dropped for these reasons, and anyone that doesn't agree with us is like a technical buffoon or something like that. And I think that's sort of hit the wrong way for a lot of people. There are obviously people that are sort of defending the core position, saying, "Hey, like like you guys are ignoramuses compared to these guys. We should just listen to them." But this is where values start becoming a bigger thing because we are in a consensus system, and for a consensus system, everyone has to agree for a change to go in. And this one was clearly extremely controversial, right? Like the op return limit has been controversial for a very long time. I mean, the first time it came up, I think, was like 2013 or something. So to suggest that this is just like a mere technical issue when clearly there's like social and sort of social issues behind it, I don't think is entirely honest. Now, on the other side, I think they're making maybe too big of a deal on this. I don't think it's quite the disaster that they perceive it to be.